Listen to the possibilities of managerial material for the 2025 edition of Sevco.
Box managerial possibilities, and we were keen to get this one out today, just obviously in the wake of that 2-0 draw with Motherwell. There seems to be a pretty united feeling around the sport that Clement's time is up, and it's a case of when, not if. So we thought we would take a look at potential targets that could take over.
Yay, that's it. We're not even at the end of 2024, and we're not right at the end of 2024, but we're looking for the new 2025 edition of the new Ibrox manager. So,
first choice for the scouting team at the Journal is Kevin Muscat, and I think that applies to an awful lot of the fans. He plays quick attacking football, there's aggressive pressing, he's got a track record of improving and getting the most out of players, and he holds players generally to a higher standard. He doesn't tolerate anyone going below that. These are kind of things that we've all talked about in relation to Rangers in the last few years, so potentially Muscat's the man to fix that. He also takes us into the Asian markets. He's got good knowledge of players over there, playing in multiple leagues.
They do think that they're Celtic, don't they? They're like, let's just copy Celtic.
He has a winner's mentality and...
Wait a minute. He has a winner's mentality. Didn't the current manager that they've got win 3 championships in a row in Belgium?
Possibly most appealing to the board would be the fact that, as far as we know at the time of recording, he is out of contract the 31st of December. So
he's out of contract tomorrow. So there's nothing to pay.
It's 2 days away. That said, there's a lot of other managers out there that would actually potentially really suit Rangers, and here is the pick from our scouting team. So number one name on the list is Marek Papsun. He is 50 years old.
Mark Papsun. He's going to get papped out. Never mind Papsun.
Currently manages Rakow, and he's under contract until June the 30th, 2026. So there would be some sort of fee involved if we were to move for him. Papsun, game, get as many players into the box as possible. Been used to.
Right, well, let's get to the next one.
And he's taken 4 domestic cups on the way, so he is very much the kind of man that could drive a rebuild. He's got previous for it, and
another rebuild. How many rebuilds do you do? It's like they've got an old Ford Escort. And they've got an old Mark I Escort that's just a rust bucket. That is just a rust bucket, and I mean that in the sense that the stadium is to get a lot of new metal, and the fact that they're having to go through this rebuild process, and it's like, do you know what? Just like strip it down and start again. Oh, wait a minute, they did that, didn't they? They went into liquidation and died in 2012, and that was them stripping it down and starting again, and it's never really worked, has it?
Successful previous. I guess the one bright spot for Rangers fans is sometimes their experiences in Europe, and you know what? Papsun is more than capable of delivering that as well. He's used to working on a small budget, and you could argue that he's actually overachieved, winning the Polish league, which, whilst we might not like it again in our current situation, probably is directly applicable to Rangers. Next up on the list is Kim Hellberg. So this one is the youngest on the list, and the scout guys have acknowledged that in some respects it would be a bit of a gamble when it comes to Hellberg. But Kim Hellberg, he currently manages Hammarby. He's under contract until the 1st of January 27, so again, there's potentially that fee if we were to move for him. Preferred formation is either 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3.
Rip it up and start again.
There's a bit of flexibility in there, and that translates into his style, actually. He does make quite a lot of in-game play, does.
He's bored,
it's a little change the team. Their aim, ultimately, is just to win the ball back as quickly as possible, and not going to get. So probably one to watch, but definitely an outside contender at the minute.
Next up
is Wilfried Nancy. Now, this guy, he currently manages in the MLS. His preferred formation is 3-4-2-1. He has managed exclusively in the MLS, and
that's going to stand him in good stead for Scottish football, then, isn't it?
Some fans, that might be a bit of a recent kind of scar tissue from American players hasn't worked out. Adapted to the SPFL, and I suspect there might be some worry that a coach that's kind of coached solely there might fit that same bracket. The thing with Wilfried Nancy is he is expected to make the jump to Europe. Again, a lot of positive attention. He's taken a team that collectively,
who cares?
Definitely one worth keeping an eye on. Next on the list is Gurban Gurbanov. He's Azerbaijanian. He has managed Hellberg for a long time now. He is currently under contract, so again, fee to approach. That one runs till June 30th, 2025. Preferred formation is either a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. So
Jesus, this guy's bored me to death.
Bit of adaptability. He went in for a fee of about 400.
Right, let's get the next one.
Now, he's Croatian. Next on the list is Niko Kovac. Now, he's Croatian. He is without club at the minute, so again,
he's without a club.
Might appeal to the board. Less involved to bring him in. Plays a few different formations. Noted for playing 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, or 5-3-2. He's quite flexible. Formations change game to game and during games again. So a bit like Hellberg that we talked about previously, he has got that fluidity and that ability to change within game. He's quite noted for wanting to play a formation or a style that fits the players that he has, as opposed to
has
a formation and the players will fit it. And again, that's something we've seen quite a lot of recently. We've kind of been wedded to the 4-2-3-1 for a long time. Again, it might be quite good to see a coach that is willing to change it up as and when. When it comes to attacking, is about the movement and always looking for.
All right, let's get the next one.
That's the list that we've got for you tonight. I hope some of those interest you. We will post a link to the previous video.
There we go. I don't think we'll watch that. And the wind coming over Scarborough is south to southwest, 6 to 7. And the wind coming over from Shetland is 6 to. I'm sure he does the weather forecast, doesn't he, on the shipping channel? Does that still go out, that thing? Anyway, let's. Do we have any more meltdowns from then? I'm concerned. We're going to listen to this because Clement's not concerned at all.
No, I'm not concerned about that because I'm only busy with the team. And we knew before the season what project and what challenging project it would be. On that side, it's difficult to speak about that because you will not understand and people outside maybe will not understand. But there has been an evolution made. The last two games not, for sure not. And we have hurt ourselves in that way. But there were good games the last couple of weeks where the team showed the potential. In that way, there are already teams interested in some players for the future, what we didn't have the last 2 years. So we're taking steps, but you cannot speak about that after losing points against St. Mirren and against Motherwell. I know. But we hurt ourselves, so that's the players, staff, me, all together, the responsibility that we get these goals against. And the difficulty in that is it's
if you want to lose cortisol,
avoidable individual mistakes in those moments, and 2 times that opponent kills it also off directly, not with missing a chance, but they directly score. So we need to work hard now in a few days to to be much more resilient and much more determined in these defensive actions. That's going to be one part of the game, but of course also with the ball.
Anyway, if you remember that they did say, they said, come the derby, it'll be a 5-point gap and we're back in it. Lads, we're going for 56.